During a recent webinar with PKF in Newcastle, I was asked to present on ESG and a number of different topics. One of the main topics that came out of this is where are the majority of organisations up to in their ESG journey? To answer this, I separated into public, so listed companies. This is very much led by ASIC. Very few juniors had a defined strategy as yet, but many understand they need to soon. Private companies, similar to public, will be led by their supply chain requirements. Some of the examples of this may be a supplier into a company such as Rio or BHP. They need to supply certain supply chain expectations that a larger organisation has for their ESG commitments. From a government point of view, we have found the government is going to heavily lean towards climate-related financial disclosures as a first point of call for all ESG activities. The government is wanting a uniform approach that are linked to defined standards, and certainly our climate change readiness survey is based on this in mind. I was then asked, what are the things that we should look for from a risk and assurance perspective? My answer to this was mainly based around the climate-related financial position of a company, and in an earlier information session, I was referenced the TCFD, or the Task Force for Climate-Related Financial Disclosures. It appears like this will be brought in next financial year and will become a major part of all accounting, assurance, risk assessments that the climate-related activities to a company are considered. There are a number of articles and government reading as well as accounting reading based on this climate change readiness and climate change reporting, and it's expected that in the coming months the standards will be set and defined and that we'll all be expected to report against it. Once again, our climate change maturity assessment was designed with this in mind, and it gives all companies and organisations an opportunity to understand where they're currently sitting and actions that can be undertaken in a simple and effective manner in the short term. Our advice is the longer we wait, there'll be a bottleneck of service providers. We will likely become more time consuming and likely more expensive as this requirement is enforced.